I was going to complain. I was so pissed that the way airlines and airports system work are so outdated. And I was very frustrated by this. This frustrated me a lot. I was like, if I owned an airline, I will literally have like people that are ready to board going in right away. The people that are ready to get out, they just have their backpacks. They can get out fast. And that way we don't have to wait each person to get out of their seat. The first line comes out really fast, the second one really fast too, until we can do the last ones that are not actually in a rush, that don't have a connection. And I went very deep into this topic. I was like, flying to me has become something not as enjoyable, not something that I want to be doing much. But I was like, okay, while I'm journaling, which I recommend a lot of people that are feeling anxious, or a lot of people that have so much going on in their brains, because just thinking can take your energy. So I was going to journal about this whole situation because I just travel and I had a bunch of connections and many flights, and the last flight was like the tightest spot that I had, like the tightest space for me, that I'm a petite and it was very tight. So I thought about all of this and I was like, I'm going to complain in my journal. And as I was writing, I was hearing this voice. I was feeling like, oh, something was telling me, first, please try to write all the good things about these trips. Try to write and find like the best things about the trips and what you went through. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. First, before I complain, this is literally what I wrote. Before I complain, I'm going to actually see what I can be grateful for the trip. I started focusing in so many stuff. Like the whole trip, I was tired and I was frustrated. But then I noticed, oh my God, it was a really good time. The amount of amazing things that I did. We visited our grandmother. We had a great time with her. We played Scrabble. We had amazing dinners. We went shopping. We talked. We drive in the car. And I was like, little things like that. Even getting to the airport at 5 a.m. from Albuquerque, I saw the biggest moon. The moon was way too big. It was really almost red. It was beautiful. And you can see the whole Albuquerque city at night. It was like 5 a.m. because our flight was at like 6:30. We had to be boarding, but we were dropping our rental car, which also adds up to the things that I'm grateful for. I was like, I'm really grateful that we can literally afford to have a rental car. We had an amazing rental car and we didn't have to put any gas. We paid for the gas like so that you can leave the tank empty. And I was like, there were so many things that were wonderful about these trips. And I was mentally and physically focusing in the negative parts of this whole journey. And it just makes me think about life, how life is so short for you to be focusing on the negative things. And I'm like, imagine a whole life where you focused in all the ugly things. You would have missed on all the amazing things that you have. And that's what I was experiencing by journaling. I was like, I was going to complain first. And I decided, all right, let's just be grateful for what we experienced. And I found so many things to be grateful. Even the moment that I had to go at the airport so early, I was really tired. But then I noticed I got to see one of the best views that I think that you only see once in a lifetime, or like maybe every once in a while. A lot of people lives in cities and they don't see it. I grew up in Argentina where the moon is like tiny. The moon, you see it and it's like, oh, it's so small. But if you see it from Albuquerque or from California, I notice it's the biggest I ever seen the moon. And I don't know if anybody ever experiences this, but this is like what happened to me. And I was like, I don't ever remember seeing the moon bigger than this. Like, I might have seen it bigger from Argentina, but it still looks very far. Didn't look that close. But from here, it does looks very close. But these are all the things that I was like, wow, there's so many wonderful things. And I was going to focus on the negative and just took that out of me. I was like, I don't really want to complain now. After all these amazing things that I'm writing and all the amazing things that I went through, I don't really want to be complaining and focusing on the bad. And the bad was that thing that I didn't like the system that the airplane had. But even though I was complaining about all of that and I wanted to fix it and I was so against it, and deeply I was like, I don't like this, the flights. I think I hate flying. I was thinking, like my thoughts got really crazy. Even though I was thinking that, I came to the conclusion that we can't control these things. There's a lot of things that we can control. And this is what happens when we grow. We become more aware, less innocent, and we notice how much suffer there could be, misery there could be so many things going wrong, toxic things, outdated systems, the school system, the city system, anything works 9 to 5. All these things, it all feels very outdated since now we have like we can work from home, we have digital world, we have a virtual world, easier things. We have ChatGPT to do a lot of work that usually in the past you had to pay people to do your work. You had to pay somebody to tell you many things that ChatGPT now can tell you as an accountant. ChatGPT can be the organizer of your life, a life coach, anything could be. We are into like a new world. But what I notice is like if you're gonna be here in the world and you have such a short time and your life is so fragile that you're not aware of this and all of that, you will notice that you can control a lot of the things that are already happening. So you can do only your part, do your best. What is something that you can do better than anybody that would change this world? And that you at the same time are feeling good. Because if you're feeling good, you're doing something in this world. You're having a purpose because you're building yourself. You're showing the best you can do, the best you could be, and just like not don't try to control everything. I think that a lot of the times that I have felt the most miserable was when I wanted to control things. I was like, I don't like that we eat animals, so I'm gonna become vegan, not having any knowledge about what I could eat, and just like eating very badly and feeling very bad the entire time because I was only eating gluten. I was like, this is all I know what to eat, and there's not much option for me. That's what I thought. But I was young. But I was already making powerful decisions. And then I noticed, why am I trying to control? Like a lot of people are all the time telling me when I was vegan, oh, I don't know how I will live without meat and all of those comments. And I'm like, okay, like you just live your life. But then I noticed like we can't control the world. All we can control is our beliefs. We can control our brain. We can control what we think, the actions that we take, and we can control our emotions. We can control so many things that comes from us. And I had to let go of a lot of things that I was very attached to. I was like, no, 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 this shouldn't be this way. I'm going to fight until this happens. I understand in history we have fought for many things, and now I'm super grateful that we have. But right now, what do I need to fight for? Is what I'm thinking, right? A lot of things are already fought for. And I'm like, I want to keep fighting for mental health. I think that is so important. I know it's cliche. I know a lot of people are already talking about it, but it's so important. I grew up with really bad mental health. A lot of people around me were very toxic and negative, and I had to work it out and work and believe in myself and have a better self esteem than the self esteem I had. I had to do a lot of work in my beliefs, being able to buy things without feeling fear of losing everything and things like that. So I just feel like that was like a purpose that I wanted to have, like just like my voice, being able to say things, being able to share my experience, my story. And that way noticing that this is what I can control, what I do, what I believe in, and what actions I take. But this is all I wanted to talk about today. And I invite you to download the link down in the description. I'm giving something completely for free. So if you want to check it out, just download down in the description. Check the second link down in the description. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.